Caroline. So,
Hello.
everyone, I'm so excited to have you meet. If you don't already know Caroline Chang, I was with her at the Ions conference, and they let me, little old me, introduce her, and
You're
I
too
didn't mess
funny.
it up.
No, well, not really. No, you just
Not
announced.
really.
No. You just announced. Oh, Caroline wants me to read her bio. You didn't mess it up because you read it. You're funny.
Yeah, because
You're
usually
too
everyone else wants me to ad lib all the cool stuff
No,
that I
you need
know.
to add.
Anyway, okay, well, here you go. I'm in the background. I will let you know when it's 5 minutes, and I'll do my best to cue up what you gave me. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Well, hi, I am Caroline Chang, host and producer of Awake to Oneness Radio. I launched my podcast, Awake to Oneness Radio, 8 years ago after the transition of my son, Kyle. And what I got, the message for this talk is gratitude. And I am so much about gratitude. Kathy knows this just from being around me. I am in the attitude of gratitude in every now moment. For me, this is not words. This is not words. This is how I live my life in every now moment. Now, I can kind of share a little bit on how I got here, got to this place of gratitude in every now moment. It was my awakening started in 2007, actually, with a film on quantum physics. It was called What the Bleep. In that film, I I was I was reminded because we're all being awakened and reminded of who we truly are. So in that film, it reminded me of the truth of oneness, of universal oneness, that there is no separation. The key sentence that was said by Lynn McTaggart in that film that woke me up, and it was awakening from the inside. It was not from my mind. It was a heart and soul awakening, and that is even hard to put into words. But she said the biggest problem in the world today is the illusion of separation. And when she said that, something woke up inside of me, and it's so true. All of humanity's problems stem from one thing, that we think we're separate. We think we're separate from each other so we can hurt each other. We can go bomb that country across the sea. We can steal from each other. We can lie to each other. We can do acts of violence against each other because we think we're separate, which is so not true. The universal truth of oneness is now being taught by quantum physics, which is over 100 years old. So it's not even new science. It has been taught by spirituality and ancient wisdom for eons. This there is no, it's undeniable truth. The truth of oneness, that we are all one with all that is God, source, universe, whatever name you want to use, because God answers to every name, but God is not outside of us. So, a couple of things when I woke up to the universal truth of oneness, I realized God is not outside of us. I went to Catholic school as a child. I was active in church for many years, Christian church. And from religion, and I have nothing but respect for all religions, but from religion for me made me feel like I was separate from God. So the first thing when I awakened to the truth of universal oneness, I realized I'm not separate from God. You're not separate from God. We can never, ever be separate from God. We are eternally with God. And we are holographic aspects of God, divine, all that is. Meaning, holographic means um, my favorite quote is Rumi. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are all of God in a drop. I am all of God in a drop. Each one of us, every living being, and what we consider not living, like a rock or a tree, is living. You put anything under a high-powered microscope, all you see is these tiny moving particles we call atoms. They're moving, meaning there's life in that rock. There's life in that tree. There's life in everything. And that life is all connected. It is all one energy. That has been proven scientifically. It is all one energy, interconnected and interdependent. And we, with our limited human senses, we think, oh, all it is what we can hear and see with our own eyes, our touch and feel, when science has also proven that with our human senses, we can only detect 0.4% of what is actually around us. I say all of this to say, when you know, like breathing, there is no separation between you and another person. When you know, like breathing, there's no separation from you and Mother Earth and anything on the earth. When you know, like breathing, there is no separation. You know that you are God in a drop, creating your life experience. You're not creating anyone else's life experience. You're creating your life experience. And everything that happens in your life experience, you created. So when you know that you created, you own your creation and you realize, okay, I created that. Maybe I want to change now, certain things. Now, I heard the lady that spoke before me talk about when we have our dark days. um my daughter just transitioned 2 weeks ago. My son transitioned 8 years ago, and people keep talking to me, how are you even standing? I'm standing because I know they're not gone. I have physical proof from my son that he's still with me. And now I've already started communicating with my daughter. They're not gone. I know that every soul comes into this life experience in perfect divine timing. I know that every soul leaves this life experience in perfect divine timing. I know it was a soul plan with me and my children. I know it was a soul plan before my birth, that they would leave before me. But I'm here, and anybody that's here in this 3D matrix, we're here for a purpose. And when you know who you are, know it, not just think it, not just think you know it, but know it like breathing. And a knowing cannot be changed like a belief. You can have a belief one day and change it the next day. A knowing, it comes from your heart and soul. When you know who you are as a sovereign, divine being of light, creating your experience, everything that is happening was a soul agreement, and you are creating it. You own that. You don't blame anybody for what's going on in your life. You own it, and you know that it's happening for your highest good. That's the other thing. Everything that happens is happening in my life, is happening for my highest good. And I know that when my son transitioned 8 years ago, I launched Awake to Oneness Radio. That was my purpose. And it took me 6 months to actually, I woke up in the middle of the night 6 months after his transition, and I knew, okay, I got to start internet radio show. And the title of my show came to me through my higher self, which is Awake to Oneness Radio, because that is what I want to do. I want to inspire humanity to awaken to the universal truth of oneness, because when mankind has awakened completely to that universal truth, there will be peace on earth. We will be living heaven on earth. But the wonderful news is that's where we're heading. We are, many call this the 3D matrix, and some even say we're 4D, I'm sorry, but we're heading to 5D. 5D, the key to the fifth dimension is knowing in your heart and soul the truth of oneness. Knowing that everything, when I think of God, all that is, I think of the yin yang symbol where you have the shadow and the light. shadow and light playing this dance, kind of. So, meaning shadow is not separate from God. The light is not separate from the shadow. The shadow always is a higher frequency, and it always transforms the shadow back to light. And when we raise to that aware, when everyone knows, like breathing, it's all God, it's all one, it's all unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness for another, no matter what they did. You forgive them. You don't forgive for them, you're forgiving for you, but you're knowing that they're just a reflection of you. So you're just truly forgiving you when you forgive another person. But that is the key to the fifth dimension. I know many people listening to this have heard that humanity is going through a great awakening, and we are in the midst of that great awakening. And where we're heading is the fifth dimension, which is heaven on earth. In the fifth dimension, there will be no poverty, there'll be no hunger, there'll be no sickness, there'll be no death. You can choose you won't have the same body. You'll have a body in the fifth dimension. Right now, our body is more carbon based, and gradually our body is being transformed into crystalline base. So you still have a body, but it'll be a lighter body, but you'll be able to choose when to leave that body or stay indefinitely, because all there is life. See, I can be joyful, a mother that has 2 children now in spirit. And I can be joyful because I know they're not gone. I know there is no such thing as death. I do not use that word, death. There's only eternal life. And I know every soul comes here for a reason and leaves here for a reason. And it's for all of our highest good. I'm still here because it's time for me to do work. And like I said, I was inspired when my son transitioned, and I'm inspired again. And this time it only took one day. The day after I had the burial for my daughter, I woke up that morning with a new mission. Okay. And it's like, okay, I'm on it. Higher self, I'm on it. And I know both my children are right here beside me and encouraging me on in the work I'm supposed to do. So when you live when you know who you are, to me, this is simple. When you know who you are and why you are here, and you are living that purpose, all you feel is joy in the now moment. And when I say now is all there truly is, there is no past, there is no future, there's only the now. And you can only live your life in the now. And in my now, I am always embracing gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. And yes, now I still have a human body. See, it's right here, and then to me, my human body is just a spacesuit to get around in this dimension. It's not who I am. Who I am is a sovereign divine being of light. My body is an avatar. Oh, the second Avatar just came out this past weekend, and my girlfriend went to see it. I was watching a little bit of the making of the new movie, but that's all this body is an avatar. And we go through several lifetimes. We've been, name it. We've been men, we've been women, we've been every color of the sun. We've lived on different planets. I mean, we've lived hundreds, if not thousands of lifetimes that we as God in a drop, we decide our next lifetime. Now, when I was saying that we are on our way to the fifth dimension, it is still a soul choice, because it's a soul choice to decide to stay with the 3D Earth, because 3D Earth is still going to exist in a timeline, or to choose to raise your frequency and go to the higher level with 5D Earth. And that's a soul's choice, and there's no judgment in that choice. A soul might decide, you know what? I'm going to stay attached to the 3D Earth because I need to have some more 3D life experiences. That's all it is. A life experience is just a movie of your own creation. No soul is ever harmed. So like our souls, I know, because I met, Kathy and I went to the IONS conference, which IONS is all about near death You meet a lot of people who've had near-death experiences, and they will tell you that, when you go on to the other side, you go to a soul review, and you decide whether, what your next lifetime is going to be. But you decide what you're going to experience here, and you also decide what you're going to experience on the other side. The only difference is on the other side, when you leave your body, you leave this avatar, you leave this spacesuit here, you are in spirit, and you still realize, you're like, I didn't go anywhere. Oh, many have said, I see my body down there, but I'm here, So with, to me, you guys listening to me, it may just sound like words. But if you don't embrace it in your heart and soul, not the mind. I say not the mind because our mind is where the ego resides. And that ego tries to drive the car. Most people that are very attached to the 3D matrix really just kind of work off of that 3D mind, which is what they've learned throughout this lifetime. But when you connect with your heart and soul, you quiet your mind, whatever meditation works for you. For me, it's just listening to a high frequency in the background and closing my eyes and focusing on my breath. That's what calms me and keeps me. But as I was saying, yes, sometimes I have those moments. Matter of fact, I can tell you this past 2 weeks, what the moment that really got to me is I did all the work and planning a beautiful celebration of life for my daughter. And I live in the Pocono Mountains where we get a lot of snow. And even this year, though, this winter, we hadn't gotten a lot of snow yet. Up until the day of my daughter's viewing that evening, that Thursday evening, we were in the midst of a snowstorm. So at my daughter's viewing was really just me and the immediate family. And it really, so many people, like I'm connected with Helping Parents Heal. People I know from Helping Parents Heal wanted to come. And so many people wanted to come to my daughter's service for her viewing. And I had even planned all musicians and singers to be there. Nobody could get there. And I was like, oh, why? That really kind of brought me down. But the wonderful thing the next day was her service. The weather was better and everybody was able to make it to the service. But there are moments like that. It's like, why do we have to have a snowstorm now? Can we have the snowstorm next week, or in two or 3 days, but not now? So, but I couldn't control. And the other thing, people were just saying, emailing me and texting me and calling me and saying, the weather looks really bad. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not what I want to hear right now. I'm planning my daughter's service. I can't control the weather and I don't want to hear about the weather, and I always stay positive because all things are possible. So maybe even though the weather report was looking bad, we could have had a beautiful day. So I don't listen to weather reports. I put out the intention, okay, it's going to be a beautiful day. That didn't work, but it is what it is. So what I'm saying is, yes, long as you're in this human body, there will be moments that can really bring you down. But for me, I don't stay there long. A good cry is great. I'll have a good cry. A good cry is cleansing for the soul. For me, what I do, if I feel like crying, I cry. Never suppress what you feel you have to allow your feelings to flow. So if you feel like crying, you feel like yelling, you feel like stomping your feet, whatever you feel like doing, do it. That's actually releasing. That's allowing the energy to move through you. Let that go through you. For me, I don't stay there long. Once I have a good cry and I release it, I go back to the knowing that I created this for my highest good. For some reason, I don't have to know the reason. For some reason, what's happening, because it's happening, I know it's happening for my highest good and the highest good of all, and I've created it. So I own it. I own it. And the other thing that the gratitude, and for me, the other piece that I got when I awoke into the universal truth of oneness in 2007 is the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. I was at complete peace when my son transitioned 8 years ago. I knew he wasn't going anywhere because I know there's nothing but eternal life. I knew it was his soul's time to return to spirit because every soul comes in this life experience in perfect divine timing, and every soul leaves this life experience in perfect divine timing. There's no such thing as an accident. And I knew that he was still, it was a soul plan we made together, and I knew he was gonna still be with me. So I was at peace when he transitioned. Now my son went through a lot in hospitals, 2 different times in 2011 on life support, and then 2014 on life support, open heart surgery. My son went through a lot, and I know that his body, while it was here, suffered a lot. Now,
Caroline,
yes.
5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
So if you do want to play one of those.
Yes, I do. I just want to say with my daughter, sweetie, she was diagnosed with MS over 19 years ago, but she went peacefully. She didn't wake up on December 5th. And so she was very peacefully in her sleep. Okay. Yes. Now, what I shared with Kathy while I was in the back room, I shared with Kathy 2 songs, and she can play one or the other or whatever. Actually, the first one I sent is the one I like the best. The title of the song is Gratitude. And so I have 2 songs that I love that help me stay grounded in being thankful. So the first song is called Gratitude, and love for you to play it, Kathy. Grateful. I'm sorry, I said Gratitude. Grateful is the song.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere of the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that
all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all.
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors, and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart aligned in purpose. Everything
all
will feel gorgeous.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Every day I sit and pray, cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan. But there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out
the blessings, everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings, everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
Yes. Kathy? Okay. We lost Kathy. Anyway, that's a great song. It's grateful. And the name of the artist or the group, actually, he's an artist. He's been a guest on my show, is Empty Hands. They have some amazing, wonderful videos. Yeah, I discovered him about 2 years ago and had to have him on my show.
Well, Caroline, it looks like my next guest is not here, and I had already closed the other video, but let me see.
That's okay. You want to play the other one? Good.
Well,
okay,
we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, well, the other one is titled Thankful, or Give Thanks. I'm sorry. Okay, the other one is titled Give Thanks, and it's a great song. So, yes.
Okay. So you can talk for a few seconds because I closed it not thinking we were going to use it.
Oh, okay. All righty. Well, I just wanted to let everybody know they can find me at Awake to Oneness Radio. If you just type in Awake to with the number 2, Oneness Radio in any search engine, you can find my YouTube channel, you can find my Facebook, you can find my website, and just connect to me that way. I love getting emails, and I also mentor. My first mentoring session is always a free session, so I'm always available for mentoring if anyone's interested. I love it. Love mentoring. Wait, so did you get the song up?
Yes, I've got it, but I've got to. I had to get the ads off.
Okay, I get you.
Okay. So let me just load it up. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, no problem. This particular song I always play Thanksgiving Day, which is my favorite holiday.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just passed, and it was Kyle's birthday this year. Kyle's birthday every few years is on Thanksgiving Day.
Beautiful.
Yes, it was his birthday this year.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Let's head to stream.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Well, I gotta give thanks once again, bringing in the word for the world of men. Say, this goes out to the children. No matter what they tell you, you could never say no. We are here, we are divine, and the time has come for us all to shine. And I give thanks for the one mind, and I give thanks for the love design. I said, let the sunlight fill your eyes, let your voices harmonize. When you look into a child's eyes, you can see everything that's God in the sky. So relax as it all rearranges. We are all going through the same changes. I like to sing a song with you, so give thanks one time. What you gonna do? Give thanks. People of the world waking up, I give thanks. Give thanks. This is how I fill my cup. I give thanks. Give thanks. Oh, I give thanks. Give thanks.
I'm giving thanks for this life that I'm living and what I'm seeing. Freeing up my mind for what I truly believe in. Giving thanks for the children and the light that they spark in my heart. Inspire the way that I walk and I talk. I'd rather teach them of what they could be than what they are not. Faith in they channel in third eye spot. Celestial vision, and the voice they got. And the love that we all will never be stopped. Giving thanks for the tools and the jewels that we blessed with. Use them in a time when life gets hectic. Band of light, yeah, that's the nexus. The place where people come and get connected. Earth, wind, water, fire. Ancient ancestors' wisdom takes us higher. Build the foundation for 7 generations to come. We are one.
Give thanks, people of the world. Waking up, I give thanks. This is how I fill my cup. I give thanks. Give thanks. Oh, 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 I give thanks. For the So what you gonna do? What you gonna say? Give thanks for today. So what you gonna do? What you gonna say? Give thanks for today.
I'm giving thanks for this life I'm living every day. In every way that the journey's unfolding.
I hear what you say, be here today. No need to be holding on. Let go and just carry on. And though our struggles try to hold us down, have faith and turn it around.
We believe we can achieve. New you coming through, buzzing out of your seat, y'all. It's called growth and elevation. You want new results, so you take new action.
New action, new creation. Bring it back to a higher vibration. Love the earth and all living things, and rejoice in the voice through the soul we sing. Give thanks, people of the world. Waking up, I give thanks. This is how I fill my cup. I give thanks. Oh, 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 I give thanks.
For the one life, the life that I live, to the one breath, the gifts that you give. For the one life, the life that I live, to the one breath, the gifts that you give. For the one life, the life that I live, to the one breath, the gifts that you give, that you give, that you give, that you give.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, la, 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 la. For the one. Yeah. Bring it in. For the one. So what you gonna do? What you gonna say? So what you gonna do? What you gonna say? So what you gonna do? For the one what you gonna say?
I hope you guys enjoyed those songs. I love them.
Oh, thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much,
yes,
Caroline.
yes.
And I'd love to see if you could stay for a little bit,
Well,
hopefully.
yeah,
Oh,
there was
Carol is here. Oh, I'm sorry.
yes. I just wanted that your mic is muted, sweetie, Liz. I just wanted to say one thing for everybody listening. We're all spiritual and we're all on our spiritual journey, but understand for yourself to test where you are on your journey. If you're grounded in these messages, if you're grounded in the truth of oneness, grounded in gratitude, grounded in who you are as a sovereign divine being, is when these tests of when the world gives you these tests, like the one I'm going through with my daughter transitioning 2 weeks ago. But when those kind of tests come your way, how you actually handle those actually shows you where you are in your journey. And there's never a judgment. Where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And thank you. I didn't realize that Carol was here. Maybe she was hiding. I didn't see you there. So,
No, I had problems with technology.
okay. So this worked out so beautifully to play both of those songs. And Lizzie, I guess, I'm going to
That's
take a check
okay.
out because I'm
That's
going
okay.
to. Thank you,
Much
everyone.
love.
And thank you, Caroline. I'll talk to you
Okay.
again soon.
All righty. Bye
Thank
for
you,
now.
dear. Love you, love you, love you.